and I'm taking you for the deviance class. So please, give me some few minutes to share my screen, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir, please, I'm called Steven, Doctor. I'm the course rep on behalf of the class. We once again welcome you to our class.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I will be present throughout. So others will hold the fort for me. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, as a quick introduction, I would like you guys to mention your names, where you work, and then, yeah, I think your name and where you work will work for me. So, as I said, my name is Michael Tete, and I'm assisting Dr. Sika Bright to teach this course. So, course rep, Steven, your name and where you work.
Hello, sir.
I'm Steven, Doctor. I work at Ghana Police Service.
Okay.
Steven,
That's
Doctor, Ghana Police Service.
I'm going to go Cosmos. Neighbor, BNI.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. I'm Joseph Kingsford, Ghana Police Service. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Sir, this is Lukman Homosila, Ghana Police Service.
Okay.
Sir.
Yes, sir. No, Ghana Immigration Service.
Okay.
Sir. Okay.
Paulina Quist, where?
Ghana Police Service.
I'm Ahmad to Osman, Ghana Police Service.
I'm Canton Asuma Wahab, Ghana Prison Service.
All right.
Ghana Police Service.
Alasan Abdul Wadud, Ghana Prison Service.
Okay.
Okay, Kokroko, Security Service.
Okay.
I'm Christopher Hollow, Ghana Prison Service.
Great.
I'm Helen Bafeden Bebasi with the assembly.
District Assembly.
Yes.
Which of the district assemblies? What's the name of the district?
What is district assembly?
Oh, okay. Why is Funsi?
Yes, please.
Oh, is it Helen, the gender officer?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So maybe you know me, Michael Tete. I was the governance advisor on GSAM. Sorry, Ring 2. Okay, please go on.
Thank you, sir.
Urban Lord, Charge.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I am in the person of Edem Daji Abredu, Ghana Prison Service.
Okay. Is that all?
I'm a
Hello, sir.
Ghana Immigration Service.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm Ebenezer Mensah, National Disaster Management, sir.
Nandmo. Okay. All right. How many are you in a class? Course rep?
30 so far.
30. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm Kayaba Musa, formerly Amstead, now Usted, Massetanoso campus.
Okay. All right. So
Next to me, Alan Laban, Usted, security.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So today we'll be discussing, or for this course, it's about deviance and crime. Hello.
Hello, sir.
It's about deviance and crime. And fortunately, most of you have security background or you work in the security services. So you might be familiar with some of the things that we are coming to discuss, either at the line of work or based on some courses that you've done already. So basically, deviance is not new to you. You know about it. You have heard about it. We all went to school and there were people who were described as deviants. But we are coming to discuss into details. What do we mean by deviance? What influences people to engage in deviant acts? The types of deviance and crime. The social control of deviance, I mean the control mechanisms that has been put in place to prevent people from engaging in deviance. Then understand what social problems are. The role of social institutions in addressing social problems. So this is what the topic or the entire course is about. Any questions so far? Do we have all the 30 people on board? Yeah, I think so far we have 34 people who have joined. So if you say deviance, what do you understand by the word deviance? But before that, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello,
And
sir.
do
You
you all
can see,
have...
but the things are very tiny, sir.
Yes. But so now it leads me to the next question. Do you all have a copy of the model, the course model?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So the gentleman who said they are very tiny, I am just reading from the course model so that we all discuss, okay? So whatever we discuss, we can refer to the course model later. Now, if you say deviance, how do you understand the word deviance? How do you understand the word deviance?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, my understanding is a deviance is a behavior that actually goes against social norms and acceptable behaviors in society.
Okay. Who else?
Sir, it is also the art of ignoring the norms and the rules of society.
Okay. So when people break societal norms, accepted societal norms, they are described as deviants, or that is a deviant act. So we take it from section 1.1. Every society has norms and values. These norms and values are sometimes converted into laws to guide the behavior of people in the society. Now, as we proceed, you will know that there's difference between law and then norms and values. But usually it is the societal norms and values that are codified, that are converted into laws to govern a society or to govern a state. So let's take Ghana, for example. Every single society in Ghana abhors or hates stealing. So because it's a societal value or it's a societal norm, it has found itself in Ghana's constitution, which is a law. So this custom, this value, this norm of not to steal have been converted to become a law, which is governing the entire country. Every single society in this country abhors killing, abhors murder. And so because of that, it has been converted into a law, which is in Ghana's constitution, and it is guiding the state. So every single society has norms and values. And usually these norms and values are converted, are turned into, or are codified into law to govern the entire society. It is therefore expected that everyone socialized into a society conform to these values, norms and laws disguised for them or designed for them. So once you are a member of society, whether you were born and bred in that society, whether you were a foreigner living in the society, you are supposed to abide by the customs, the norms, the values, and the laws of that particular society. So you cannot say that, oh, me, in my country, maybe in my society, stealing is allowed. And I have traveled to come and live in Ghana. So I can come and practice what is not allowed in a country in which I find myself. You have become a deviant. You have gone against the established rules and regulations. You have gone against the customs of the society. You have gone against the norms of the society. We were here when the former Australian ambassador to Ghana came to Ghana and was engaging in activities that people perceived that it was promoting what? LGBTQ. What happened? A group of people together with the Ghanaian government wrote a formal letter to the government of Australia to expel the High Commissioner from living in Ghana. So the fact that LGBTQ is accepted in Australia doesn't mean you can come and promote it in Ghana. Once you come and promote it in Ghana, you are a deviant. You have gone against the established rules and regulations. You have gone against the established custom. Please, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. But if you have a question, please, you can put up your hand, okay? And then you ask. The conception of deviance is created by the social group to which one belongs to. So something, if we say deviance, it is a society that decides what is deviance. And as I said, the society has customs, the society has values, because the society has norms. Society that is okay. Since we have norms, we have customs, we have values. Going against it, you have become a deviant. So what will be discussed or what will be described as deviance in one society might not be the same or might not be deviance in another society. So deviance is societal description. I remember I was doing my first degree. One of my professors, may he so rest in peace, Professor N.N. Kofi, went to Bulawayo. Do you know Bulawayo? Have you heard of Bulawayo before?
No, sir.
Yo, so one thing about me is that in my class, you will learn some other things that are not even part of the deviance. Okay, just to also help share knowledge. So Bulawayo is a city in Zimbabwe. Anyway, and cats were just knocking them down. So he was, won't you consume them? Then the colleague professor said, "What? You eat grass cutter?" He was shocked to know that somebody eats grass cutter. No, it's forbidden for us to eat grass cutter. So if you eat grass cutter in Zimbabwe, you are a deviant. But in Ghana here, it is a delicacy, true or false?
True.
True, sir.
It has even now become endangered species. We can't even get them again because of galamsey and some other environmental degradations. We have killed all the grass cutters. True or false?
True, sir.
But in Zimbabwe, wallahi la, you dare not. There was this story told about my own people, my father's people. A gentleman from Volta region who went to London and killed an old woman's cat. And he was arrested, and the old man was shocked to see people or to know that human beings eat what? A cat. But when you come to Ghana, it is a delicacy. True or false?
True, sir.
That term is called cultural shock. I said it's called what?
Cultural
shock.
Like the way electricity will shock you. So culture. The cultural is from the word culture. So cultural shock is you find yourself in a particular culture and what they are doing, you see it to be, you are surprised that this is happening in this culture, that this is accepted in this culture. That is cultural shock. So whatever a society described as deviant, not the same in a different society. Okay. What therefore constitutes deviance? It is important to state that it is difficult to agree on this. This is because some people may praise the same behavior that others condemn. I think I've explained this already. For example, in the United States of America, some states praise the legalization of same-sex marriage, while other states do not. So even within the same country, United States of America, some states prohibit same-sex marriage, whilst other states abolish it. But usually this happens in federal states. Do you know the difference between a federal state and a unitary state?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay, Joseph Kingsford, you say yes, eh?
Yes, sir. So, sir, federal states are those that they have their own governors, they have their own set of rules within a specific country.
Good.
And the unitary state is where the system is centralized. For the example, that of Ghana, that we have the regions. Though we have our regions, but they are not autonomous from the central government. Thank you, sir.
That is good. That is a perfect explanation. So Nigeria is a federal state. So Nigeria, they have senators and they have governors. That is why in Nigeria, some states they practice Sharia and some states they don't practice. That is why in United States, some states legalize same-sex marriage and some states do not. So within a federal state, the possibility of even deviance being accepted in some places and not accepted in some places is very possible. In Ghana, such a practice is considered deviant, hence condemned. Sometimes within the same country or society, there is disagreement between what constitutes deviance, that's homosexuality or abortion. In such a situation, some groups may seek redress in the courts. So, if you take Ghana, for instance, we abhor same-sex marriage, true or false?
True, sir.
True, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of this gentleman before, Dr. Sule? Is it Sule Gariba? He
Yes, sir.
defiled, is it defiled or?
No, he sodomized.
Yeah,
Sodomized
he
a boy.
sodomized a young boy in Takrade and was jailed how many years?
I think it's 15 years, sir.
15 years, eh? Oh, then I'm sure he's out by now. Or he's not up to 15 years. It happened somewhere 2014. Is that not it?
Yes, so we've not heard about his release yet, but
Okay. So that is it. It is an abomination to engage in that practice in Ghana. Whilst in some places it is allowed. Whilst in other places it is allowed. As stated earlier, it is quite difficult to assume what behavior or conditions constitute deviance. You may list mental disorders, suicide, crime, homosexuality, and alcoholism as forms of deviance. Yet, there is no agreement over the basic list of generally accepted forms of deviance. One person may find alcohol drinking as deviant behavior, but that may not be the case for another. True or false?
True, sir.
So depending, in fact, even deviance sometimes is influenced by religious beliefs. Religious beliefs. So if you are a practicing Muslim, drinking alcohol is deviant act. But if you're a traditionalist, and some Christian denominations also accept drinking. True or false?
True, sir.
So even religious beliefs sometimes influences what is deviant and what is not deviant. Just like culture determines what is deviant and what is not deviant. The sociology of deviance was unknown prior to 1950s. Topics that will now likely be considered deviant were considered only in social problems. The idea of deviance may have been first developed by Lemmet, 1951, who concentrated on behavior that departed from what was accepted. He included the conditions of blindness and speech defects as examples of deviation. So this gentleman, Lemmet, in 1951, conceptualized the term deviant. And he came with that conception or that perception because when he see people deviating from the generally accepted norm, and in his conception or definition, he included blindness and hearing problems, so deaf. So he thought that every human being, for you to be a normal person, you should be able to speak, you should be able to see, you should be able to hear, and all those things. And once some people are not able to speak, some people are not able to hear, some people are blind, deviant. That was his conception of deviance. Please, are you getting it? So, in as much as he conceptualized deviance based on social acts, he also included biological issues into the definition of deviance. Was it a just definition of deviance?
No, sir.
Why wasn't it just?
I would say that it was not just because the defects these people were having were not their doing, but biologically, which they have no control over it. I will have agree with him when he says that if somebody who know how to speak and intentionally decided not to speak but behave otherwise, that one is fine. But biologically, the individual has no control over it. So that is where I would say that it was not a just definition of a deviance. Hello, sir.
I think a network problem.
I think so.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you now.
Not knowing I muted myself, and I was shouting. Sorry, okay?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
So, Kingsford, is it Joseph Kingsford there? I was saying that behavior or deviant behavior of a mother can cause defects in a child. Do you consider that defect as a deviant act or not?
It is.
It is, sir.
Explain.
Sir, for example, if a pregnant woman takes in alcohol whilst pregnant, it affects the child. And likewise, if a woman is pregnant and is being affected with HIV, it affects the child as well. Thank you.
All right. You know, per the rules of they said we should be awarding marks to student participation. So please, before you speak, you mention your name so that I can notice down, okay?
Yes,
but the
sir.
person who just spoke is it Matilda, eh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir.
And then Kingsford. Is that not it? Joseph Kingsford.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, a question.
Okay.
The effect of the deviant on the child. I don't know. To me, I think the child is innocent. So how do you describe the effect on him as a deviant?
You are what? Al Hassan Abdullah.
Abdul Wadud.
Hello.
Okay. Who can answer?
Yes, sir.
That the
So let
baby,
me try.
the baby is innocent. He doesn't know anything. But the sense of, let me say, the mother has come to affect him. So the baby cannot be described as a deviant person.
Yes, sir. The
Mm-hmm.
baby can, yeah, the baby cannot be described as a deviant because he is not the author of the of the deviant attitude. It is done by the mother. So the effect of that is the act that caused the baby to have these disabilities. So the child itself is not the cause of the deviant.
All right. It is the reason why Lemet's definition or conceptualization of deviance was problematic. That for the baby, for the child, especially those who are born with the defects, usually are not the cause of the problem. Somebody caused the problem and it affected them. So we cannot group all of them or classify all of them as deviants.
Yes, sir.
But if in the course of your growth, you go and engage in any practice that will cause or that causes the defect, then you can be described as a deviant. Please, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Question. Hello. Yes, sir.
He has
Question.
muted himself.
Okay.
Mr. Landando.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
With this, can't we take it to be a temperament? If the child is born with that one, can't we take it to be temperament?
If the child is born with defects,
yes, sir.
We can take it as a temperament.
Yes, please.
I don't think so. You know what is temper? Temper. Somebody has temper issues or somebody is temperamental. If you say somebody is temperamental, what do we know by? How do we understand it? Alasan, do you want to talk?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So temperament is an personal trait or inborn trait of individual that is can be negative or positive.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, well, I don't think being temperamental is a defect or is a deviant act. It depends on when the temper goes high, what you use it for. That particular act is what will be described as a deviant act. Please, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay. I'm okay, sir.
All right. So deviance has no simple definition. We have said this already. But according to Summer, 1906, deviance is a violation of established contextual. So please note that the words he used there. Deviance is a violation of contextual, cultural, or social norms, whether folkways, mores, or codified law. So let's break this down. If he says a violation of established contextual means a time bound or period or environment or society. That is the meaning of context. So where you find yourself, whatever is happening there, it is contextual. As I said, there's our professor who went to Zimbabwe and saw grass cutters all over the place, and their cars were just knocking them down. That is a contest. In the Zimbabwean context, eating grass cutter is an abomination. The Australian ambassador who came and was promoting LGBTQ, he found himself in a societal context, in an environment. The environment abhors same-sex practices. That is a contest. Not the contest where what is going on like the World Cup, where two nations will be contesting. Not that kind of contest. Contextual or contest is, the men of God and the imams, when they are explaining their religious books, they'll say, oh, please explain it on the contextual, why this was written. That is the meaning of contest. Why? So if I go to WA and I go and eat maybe TZ, I have found myself in an environment where their staple food is TZ. So when I'm describing TZ, I would describe it in a certain context. That they use maybe maize or millet in preparing it, blah, 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 blah. But when I come to maybe Eastern region, Kofredia or Ejinem or whatever, where they eat fufu a lot, and I'm describing fufu TZ to them, I would describe it based on the context in which I studied it. Please, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So that's the meaning of contextual. Then the other word is cultural. I mentioned earlier that we have something we call cultural shock. Your culture might permit this, but other cultures might not permit. So for Sumner, he is saying that deviance is a violation of an established contextual, cultural, or social norms. Whether it is folkways, whether we use our mouth to say it as a folkways, whether they are mores are unwritten rules and regulations, or they are codified law. I told you that usually it is the values and the norms that they codify them into law. So whether it is a codified law like Ghana's constitution or an act of parliament, which the president have what's the name? Assent his bill, his signature to it, it becomes a law. So once you go against this, it becomes what? A deviant act. Please, do you now understand what deviance is?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yo. If you are asking the quiz to explain deviance, I'm sure you'll be able to explain it.
Yes, sir.
It can be as minor, like spitting in public, or as major as committing murder. So when COVID came and we're all running helter-skelter, they passed the law about social distancing, right? And like observing the protocols that people should not
And
be
a handshake.
spitting anyhow. Even with this Ebola, you know what is happening. Ebola, they are saying that there should be hand washing, there should be spacing, and all those things. That is an established law. So during the COVID time, if you are seen organizing maybe a party where you have or people have come to crowd the place, you will be arrested for that. If you are seen spitting anyhow, you will be arrested for that. Those are minor offenses. Then we have the serious offenses like murder, robbery. In Ghana, as in other countries, alcoholics, people with body arts, body arts, those who do tattoo and piercing, compulsive gamblers, and the mentally ill are classified as deviants. Being late for class is also categorized as a deviant. Okay, so it's also categorized as a deviant act. The same is true of dressing too casually for a formal wedding. By sociological definition, we are all deviant in one point at a time. True or false?
Very true, sir.
True, sir.
There's no single human being in this world who will say that he has never been deviant before.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Mr. Amache.
Please, sleeping with a married woman is also a crime or a deviant act.
It's a deviant act. Why would you want to sleep with somebody's wife? The society have accepted that. So that's what I'm saying. It is contextual and cultural at the same time. If the society abhors it, if the society doesn't like it, and you engage in it, that is a deviant act. So if in the society, you are not permitted to sleep with somebody's wife, and you do that, that is deviance. But some societies accept that practice. There is the reason why South Africa is really battling with HIV issues. It's also sometimes based on, or I will not say sometimes, it's also based on culture. You know, culture can promote both good and bad issues in a society. There's this group in South Africa called the SAM. And they have the class system. Have you heard of the class system before? No. Hey, so are you trying to say that you didn't do social studies and how do you call it? Social studies in SHS. Yo. Have you heard of puberty right? Is it Bragro and Depot? Have you heard about it before?
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Yep.
So
Yes, sir.
if they say class, the group, assuming we have within a particular year, they had, let's say, 30 girls undergoing that ritual, that Bragro or Depot ritual, they become a class. Like the way when you were completing JHS, you went to print T-shirts and you name them, is it what? Is it amazing class or whatever class? And you put it at the
Your
back
year
of your
group.
shirt. What?
It's a class of
I mean
2005.
the year group, yes.
The year group, okay, a class of 2005. Then you will list all the names, your mates.
Yes, sir.
You list their names at the shirt, at the back of the shirt. And when you are walking in town, you will be throwing your shoulders about for everybody to know that you have completed JHS. That is a class system. So this particular group in South Africa, the group, the year group, is an initiation right for men. So once you pass through that stage, when you get married, and your friend who was also in your year group, your class, visits you, you are supposed to hand over your wife to that, your mate who has visited you, for the period that he was going to stay with you. Is it a nice practice?
No.
No, sir. Deviant.
So assuming Mohammed and Kingsford. So you are in a class of, is it 2026, deviant class. And it's an initiation right that you go through. So Mohammed gets married. Kingsford is not married. Kingsford visits Mohammed. As a form of entertainment, as a form of relaxation, as a form of hospitality, that's the word, as a form of hospitality, Mohammed is supposed to give the wife to Kingsford for the period that Kingsford will be staying with Mohammed. So if he's come to stay for 3 days, 4 days, that's fine.
So this one, there's sickness.
I told a friend that if they should take these DNA machines over there, it will be wahala. they will identify a lot of the children not being the fathers of the perceived fathers.
So then it's no wonder that they are behaving the way they are behaving over there. Because
so
I cannot fathom why a friend of mine visits me and I have to hand over my wife to a friend because of hospitality or for entertainment.
Yes, it is cultural. They have accepted it. So once your friend visits you and you refuse to give your wife out, you have become a deviant. You have gone against
in this case, imagine a friend of mine has a certain disease which I don't know. For example, sexually transmitted disease or HIV. So it means that a friend will just pass it on to me just like that because of hospitality.
That is why I said that it is one of the reasons why South Africa is really battling HIV, the spread of HIV. It is very common in South Africa. There's another ethnic group, another tribe. I'll look for when a young man gets married, the auntie of the lady of the bride is supposed to spend the night with the groom. Do you understand? So Kingsford is getting married to, let's say, Akosua Sewa. Akosua Sewa's auntie have to spend the night with Kingsford to now come and testify that, oh, okay, Kingsford is a man, he can perform, he can blah, 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 before they give the approval for you to get married. Those in Papua New Guinea, they practice. I will check and get a specific name for you. So
that
once
means
you have
a chance with two ladies.
Say again.
That means you will be having a chance with two ladies.
Yes, you'll be having a chance with two ladies. So in such a culture, something that they have all come to accept, that this is our culture, this is our norm. Once you go against it, it becomes a deviant act. Mr. Amache.
Yes, sir. I was about saying that even in Ghana here, this Upper West, the Sisala people, I heard they also have similar. They their own, assuming when I get married to my wife, and then I pass on, my junior brother is supposed to marry my wife. He will sleep with her, continue the generation that I was doing. In Ghana here, some of the Sisala people, I don't know if we have a Sisala in our group, he can educate us on that. So it happens.
Okay, so once the person refuses to, what I know, hello.
What I know, I'm not sure.
Let me come in, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so I have stayed in Upper West before. So with what Amachi is saying, I know that it is among the Dagatis, but I don't know of the Sisala people.
Yes, sir.
That is what I know. It's a practice among the Dagatis that when the husband dies, the brother, the younger, let me say the junior brother, is allowed to marry the wife of the deceased brother to continue the lineage. Are you getting it? And it is only there among the Dagatis. So even in Southern Ghana, the Krobos practice it. Is there a Krobo here?
Hello, sir.
Lukman.
This is Lukman. And I didn't get Amachi's submission very well, but I'm a Sisala man. And we also practice as you just said. When your elder brother died, that is where the younger brother can marry the elder brother's wife. But the elder brothers cannot marry the youngest brother's wife. That is how it's done.
So usually
Amachi's
oh no, what Amachi said was that he heard that the Sisales practice they practice this wife inheritance thing, but he wasn't sure, so he was asking if there's a Sisala person who can confirm. My sister Helen.
So that is how it is.
Confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's what I just said.
Yes, sir.
What does it?
Okay, Solomon.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir, it's true, but it's not more common.
Yes, sir.
Honorable
Okay.
members, please, let's have some order on the platform. We should allow our colleague to speak. When he's done, then we also can come in. Thank you.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Solomon.
Yeah, I'm from Navrongo. It is happening. It is happening.
Navrongo is
Upper East
Navrongo is
region. Upper East.
Kasina.
Yeah, Kasina Nakana.
Okay, so it happens among the Kasinas.
It is happening, but it is only that your junior brother can marry your wife. Your if you pass on, it's only your junior brother can marry. But you, if the junior brother pass away, the senior brother cannot marry.
And have they given
It's
please, so have they given any reason why the senior brother cannot marry the junior brother's wife?
That one, unless I find out, for now, I don't know, but it happened.
Okay.
It even happened within my locality.
Community.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Helen, your hand was up.
But sir, this movement.
Yeah, Lukman.
Sir, please can you hear me? Yes. Please. It is assumed that it is only the senior or the elder brother that can eat food and left for the younger one, but the younger one cannot eat food and then leave for the elder one. That's why, yes, that's why when the elder brother died, the junior one can marry the elder brother's wife, but the elder brother cannot marry the junior brother's wife when the junior brothers died.
Okay, so let me ask you. Now we are all learning. So what if the senior brother's wife, I mean the lady, the widow, what if the widow says she doesn't like the younger brother? Yes, Mr.
Sir, it is not compulsory.
Yes,
Okay.
it's optional. It's optional. It's not
It's
compulsory.
not compulsory for the lady to marry in the family. It can decide to just leave.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, the thing is in the Bible. If you go to Deuteronomy, you will see it. It's in the Bible even.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Sir, please to add up to that. In some circumstances, the lady is even allowed to make a choice within probably if the senior brother is having more than two younger brothers, the lady is allowed to make a choice of whichever one that he wants to settle with.
Okay. So let me ask another question. So the junior, if the junior brother, assuming the junior brother already has a wife, and the wife says she will not agree for the widow or the husband to marry the widow, are there mechanisms to solve that issue?
In our culture, the man is allowed to marry more than
Did you get my question?
one wife. So the lady have
the network. Lukman, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
I'm saying that in our culture, the man is allowed to marry more than one wife.
Okay.
So therefore, the lady has no say, or the first wife has no say in whichever wife to be married to her.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for the insight. I've also learned something. All this while I thought it was only the Dagatis that practice. I know of the Kobos, but since there's no Kobo person here to explain to us how theirs work. Anyway, let's move on.
Nenebi is yours, sir.
Nenebi, is it Enoch Nenebi? Or I saw Enoch Nenebi.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Do you know about that culture? Are you a Kobo?
So I'm a done with that is shy.
Okay. Shy Sudoku.
Yeah.
So you don't practice it?
So yeah, we practice it, but it's not compulsory like they said.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on. The term deviance, I've said it several times already that is relative, depending on where you find yourself. So it is coming to give us some of the context for which we can discuss or we can define what deviance is. It is not possible to isolate certain acts and find them universally condemned as deviant acts, not even murder or incest. Even within a given society, behavior defined as deviant continually undergoes redefinition. Deviance, therefore, is relative to time and place. That is the context. I mean, in Sumner's definition, he mentioned contextual. So that is the meaning of time and place. Some examples that highlight the relative nature of deviance are provided below. Is killing wrong? Generally, it is. But is murder wrong when it is done in self-defense or warfare? So generally, we say killing is wrong. But when it is done in self-defense or in warfare, when there's war, when there's conflict, do you know the difference between conflict and armed conflict? No, sir. Difference between conflict and armed conflict.
Yes, sir.
So conflict is where there's a disagreement between oneself or between two or more groups or other individuals. But when we talk of armed conflict, we're talking about a full-blown conflict where there's active combating on the field where people are being killed, others are being maimed and injured and those kind of things. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. So that's the difference between conflict and armed conflict. In fact, we even have personal conflict. You as a person, you can have conflict within yourself. So this normally happens with the ladies. Ladies like buying clothes and shoes and bags and all those things. Now, when it's time for that, say again.
That's the intra-conflict.
Yes. So when it's time for them to step out, they are going for a wedding or a party or a naming ceremony or even church or mosque. Now they become confused. They don't know which of the dresses to wear. So one side of the brain will be saying, oh, wear this one, wear this one. The other one will be saying, wear this one, wear this one. That is interpersonal conflict, intra-conflict. So we can have personal conflict or intra-conflict. Guys, when you want to go and buy phone, you go to the phone shop, you see iPhone, whatever, then you will now be contemplating which of them to buy. You will now be thinking. That is conflict. Conflict basically is about disagreement over an issue. But violent conflict or armed conflict is when, as he said, combat or people engage in combat where lives or there's destruction of property and lives. That becomes armed conflict. So killing generally is wrong, but when it is done in self-defense or during an armed conflict or warfare, it is not a deviant act. Class contest. The social class that one belongs to can influence the labeling of his or her action as deviant. For instance, if a poor woman shoplifts candy, candy, toffee, or sweets, chocolate, those things, those are called candy. Shoplifts candy, people call her common criminal. On the other hand, if a rich woman steals a candy, her deviant status is kleptomaniac. Kleptomaniac. What's the meaning of kleptomaniac?
Kleptomaniac is a mental disorder.
A mental disorder. So people say that, hey, mommy, this woman who has so much money and he is going to steal toffee. Hey, is she stable? Is she correct? That's a question people will begin to ask. Again, a celebrity can skip to the front of a long queue of people waiting to be served in the bank, but a non-famous person would be considered deviant for trying to do the same thing. True or false?
True, sir. True.
You have been to the bank or to wherever where there's a queue.
Hey, what's the answer?
And a popular person will come and they'll call, sir, please come, let's serve you. They will serve that person and the person will leave. But you, the poor person, or you, the non-famous person, when you make that attempt, even your colleagues in the queue will be shouting at you, hey, go and sit down. But when the popular person came, they all kept quiet. True or false?
True, sir.
True.
That is the contextualization of deviance. So the class that one belongs to, I think the model even made it, making it class is even wrong. It should have made it the status of the person. So if the person is a rich person and goes to shoplift, it becomes news. But when a poor person goes to shoplift, well, no, he's a criminal.
It's a case.
It's a case. We have our politicians who have stolen huge sums of money. They will jail them and they will get presidential pardon. True or false?
True, sir.
But
Noli prosecua.
Noli prosecua. But you will get a poor person who are going to steal plantain to maybe go and sell to get money to do one or two things. The person is jailed how many years?
5 years, 2 years.
And the person does not even get noli prosecua. Noli prosecua or presidential pardon. That is status or class contest. I have a friend who has written at the back of his car. He said, "Not every life matter. Not every life matter." The meaning of that statement is that some lives matter more than others. True or false?
It's true, sir.
And it is so surprising that when a politician steals something and he's caught, that is when they tell you he was sick, he's this, he's that, he's going to the hospital, blah, blah. They'll give so many reasons. By the time he was stealing there, nobody knew that he was sick. True or false?
True, sir. True, sir.
Not every life matters. So, my brothers and sisters, we the poor people, let us comport ourselves. As if you do something and you are caught. In fact, even in your own police service or wherever you work, a junior officer can be punished severely than a senior officer. True or false?
True, sir.
So not every life matter. There was a video recently circulating, a teacher and a female student who fought. I don't know who was arrested.
The teacher.
Why was the teacher arrested?
Because he was the one seen on top of the girl beating her.
Okay. Any other reason?
I think because he's a man and a teacher as well.
Okay. Is it Paulina? Paulina
Yes,
Quest.
sir. Because he's an elderly person and was supposed to control his temper or could have punished the person in other form than doing that.
Okay. So the basic reason was that, as Nenedu said, it is because he is a man. We live in a feminist society, my dear brothers here. Get that at the back of your mind and you have peace forever and ever. We live in a feminist society. A society that considers women to be vulnerable. So even if the woman is wrong, And I think it is something cultural. They will say, "Oh, that's how you're Bema. You're a man. Let it go." Haven't you heard that thing before?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
do.
So they say, and you a man and you are talking plenty. You are fighting a woman. You are fighting a woman. Clearly, they have put the woman in a certain vulnerable position. They have classified the woman to be vulnerable. So once a man, you engage the woman in a fight, the man, you'll be arrested first before they will even ask what actually caused the fighting. So the teacher was arrested because of the kind of society in which we are, where it places more emphasis on feminism. And we'll be discussing feminist theory. Those of you who proceed to go and do masters, you do something called a philosophical foundation. And that philosophical foundation, you learn about feminism. And unfortunately for us in this country, those who are teaching feminism are all women. And so men are suffering in their hands. Remember, or we are not suffering.
Yeah, brother, Papa.
So,
Yes, I can't feel
so they are not
You are
really women.
suffering faster.
We have men among them. It's not only women.
You are a gender person. You say you have what?
I say it's not only women. They are men too among
Yeah,
them.
we are all suffering.
We are all suffering. But we are looking at the magnitude of suffering. The suffering is not this household chores, it's not maybe economic life and all those things. But the mechanisms, the structure that has been put in place to favor women over men is what we are talking about suffering. Have you heard of any campaign on male child education before?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
But
No, sir.
usually it is female child education, the girl child education, true of us.
It's true.
No, sir.
As you are empowering the woman, empower the man too. So that they will all be at par. You know, when they say, "Oh, women have been silent for long, women have been this, women have been that."
But sir,
It is the reason.
you
It
the
is
women,
a minute, please, a minute. It is the reason why society is where it is today. Please, Paulina, ask your question.
Yeah, I was saying that you the men were giving all the powers. That's why you were
Who gave us those powers?
but that's what you say. That every time I'm a man. So because of that, you use that as an excuse to be doing certain things. That's why they want us, the women, to rise
Very
up and fight
true.
for our rights. So it's not that they are giving us empowerment or anything. They want us to come on your level so that you cannot be cheating us again.
Who is cheating you?
So,
You see
hello,
this
sir.
debate. Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. So,
Yeah,
sir,
Joseph.
I believe that our system is a patriarchal system where men dominate in our society. So I believe that that campaign was brought up in order to also cushion our women to also come forward, as to be able to also occupy certain positions that is perceived to be only occupied by men. So as it is, generally, the laws doesn't favor men. But send your girl child to school, that campaign, I think that was the main reason why it was brought up. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I agree perfectly with you that we're in a patriarchal, especially in Africa. Our culture and everything have made a society a patriarchal society. But what I am saying is that in as much as we're in a patriarchal society, much emphasis should not be placed on the woman more than the man. You know the challenge that the free SHS faced, though some say it is good, some say blah, 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 blah. You know, they were saying that now when you look at the gender ratio, the women were now more than the men in terms of those who benefited from the free SHS. Did you hear about that argument? That they say, previously it used to be 1:3. Like if you go to every class, you get 1 female is to 3 guys. But now it was as if 3 or something is to 2. 3 women is to 2 men, which means that now a lot of girls have gotten formal education than men. Good, perfect. But what are we doing to bring up those other men, those other boys who are also vulnerable, who are also not getting the opportunity to also come up? They'll go and write BC, and they say the cutoff point for the girl is, let's say 30, and the cutoff point for the boy is let's say 25. Have we really studied the context, the environment which both of them are coming from? If you go to my village, it affects both male and female. If you go to that village where the teacher comes to class probably once or twice in a week, because the teacher will go to his farm and go and do his own things, it is both the boy and the girl who are losing. So if you give that kind of cutoff point, you are favoring the woman more than the man. So for me, my argument is that contextualize it. If the person is in a city, Accra, and you are saying that cutoff point for female is 15, for men is 10, I don't have a problem. But you cannot use that my village, Achim Techimai. Have you heard of Achim Techimai before?
I'm from there.
Yes.
Yes. And it's not even Achim Techimai proper. There's another village we call Fuma. That is where the village is. And they're all cocoa farmers. And you give a cutoff point for 15 for girls, 10 for boys. So you go to that village there, and most of the boys have now gone into Galamsey. Who is causing the problem? Anyway, let's move on. In future, when you become ministers and presidents, you look at it from that angle. Now, age contest. We are looking at the relative nature of deviance. We have looked at a class contest or status contest. We are now coming to discuss age. Depending on your age, certain actions may be labeled as deviance. For instance, if a 5-year-old can cry because he or she doesn't want to go to school, but an older child or adult cannot. So if you are, let's say, at age 15, 16, 17, and you are crying because you don't go to school, everybody will see you as a deviant. If you are 5 years and you cry, oh, you go, then they'll be pampering you. I'll buy biscuit for you. I'll do this for you just so that you go to school. If a child is seen drinking alcohol, they say, hey, so most of this is it beverages, alcohol and cigarettes, or they've written below, is it forbidden for age below age 18 or something like that? They label it. I don't know whether you have seen it before.
Yeah, plus 18.
Plus 18. That is age contest. That is a classical example that you can give in case you get this as an exam question. Plus 18, which means that if you are below age 18 and you engage in that thing, it is a deviant act. Ghana's laws permit a woman to marry at what age?
18 years.
18 years. And
yes, please.
The law permits a woman to start having sex at what age?
16 years.
16 years.
Okay, 16 years.
Good. So if you engage in sexual acts below age 16, you have engaged in what? A deviant act, or you are a deviant. But is it not so ironical that the person can engage in sexual act at the age of 16, but we are saying that she can marry only at the age of 18? Does it really make sense?
I think that policy is even affecting the ladies nowadays.
It doesn't make sense, bruh.
How is it affecting the ladies?
For me, especially the global women. After they, they have some puberty rights that they do, which is called depot. They have that perception that after that puberty rights, they are they have the right to engage in sexual activity. So it is really, really
Okay, so the global puberty rights, they do it at what age? Or there's no age limit to it?
there is no age limit to it, but once the child is developing certain features, they perform that right.
Okay. All right. So I have mentioned about 2 or 3 examples to explain the age contest. Ghana's law says a lady or a young girl can have sex at the age of 16 and above, and can marry at the age of 18 and above. So once you marry at the age of 16, you are a deviant. Once you marry at the age of 17, you are a deviant. Once you engage in sexual acts at the age of 15, you are a deviant. So 15 and below, you are a deviant. Whilst 16 and above is not considered as a deviant act. That is age contest. Whilst in other jurisdictions, is it either Pakistan or Afghanistan? I will look for the evidence and post it on the platform. They also passed the law that a lady can marry at the age of, is it 10 or 12? One of them.
10, Afghanistan.
Okay, Afghanistan. At the age of 10, you can marry. So when you go into Afghanistan, marry at the age of 10, it's not deviant. But when you come to Ghana, it is a deviant act. That is why we said that deviance is contextual, which means that time and place is very, very important in explaining a deviant act. Sexual contest. Sexual contest. So we have looked at class contest, we have looked at the age contest, and we are looking at the sexual contest. If a woman is sexually promiscuous, she might find herself labeled as a nymphomaniac, a nympho. Hey, I would have used me. Please, I've not taken tea today. Nymphomaniac. While a man is a stud, a macho, or a swinger. So, a nymphomaniac is a person who has high sexual desire and is a label for women. So there are some women who, I mean, any man who comes to them, they just accept. They don't have that self-control. But a man who also has high sexual desire and is also engaged in sexual acts anyhow is rather praised. They see him as, hey, you are a Bama, you are a macho, you are a star, you are a swinger. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
sir.
Age contest also determines what is considered as, sexual contest also determines what is considered as deviant and what is not considered as deviant. We have guys in the communities and we know them. And they are changing the girls up and down. Don't we praise them? Yeah, don't we hail them?
Yeah, MBK.
MBK means what?
A mape killer.
Hey, okay. A mape killer. Then some will call them women, is it women affairs or honorable of women or something like that. But once you are a lady, you are living in your community, and today they see Kofi, the next day they see Muhammad, the next day they see Kweku, the next day they will start pointing fingers at you, true or false.
True, sir.
So that is sexual contest. Sexual contest. And those men, when they say, oh, me, I'm a man. Then we have cultural contest. Cultural contest. Abstinence for 2 years after marriage in the West would be viewed as weird and grounds for annulment. Why is this so? Okay, let me finish reading the sentence. Such behavior is, however, required for newlyweds in the Dani tribe of New Guinea. There's a place we call Papua New Guinea, but some of the books call it New Guinea. So there's a tribe among in the New Guinea or Papua New Guinea called the Dani tribe. Sexual activity for the Dani before 2 years would be viewed as sexual deviance. So in the West, and even not only in the West, in our context, once you get married, hooray! Even at the counseling or whatever, they will tell you that do not deprive your partner your body. True or false?
True, sir.
Good. So once you get married, per the way our society is structured, especially the women, the older women in the community, they will be asking whether you are pregnant. True or false?
True, sir.
True, sir.
So even if after 1 year and there's no pregnancy, then they'll start asking questions. Akusia, are you sure the man is doing the thing well? True or false? Please, we are all adults. So let's not
It's true,
frustrate.
sir. Positive, sir.
If you're not careful, they'll call for family meeting and summon you, the man, and ask you, gentlemen, what is wrong with you? It's been 1 year now and your wife is not pregnant. Or even 6 months and they'll say your wife is not pregnant. The laws in the West, marriage is considered marriage after this so-called court or whatever ceremony. The consummation, do you know the meaning of consummation?
Yes, sir.
Good. It is the consummation that seals the marriage. In the olden days, I watched the movie, these old movies. The young man and the young lady got married. They put them in a room to do their own thing. The next morning, an elderly person from the man's family will come and inspect the bedsheet. If there's no blood stain, it means the lady was not a virgin or is not a virgin. That alone calls for dissolving or divorce. So consummation seals marriage in the West. So after 2 years, you get married, and after 2 years, you say you are not engaging in any sexual act. They see it as a deviant, sexual deviance. But among the Dani people in Papua New Guinea, after marriage, you have to wait after 2 years before you start engaging in sexual acts. So if the lady gets pregnant before the 2 years, you have engaged in sexual deviance. Please, are you getting it? So what we are saying here is that deviance is relative, depending on time and place. And we have looked at the various contexts. We have looked at cultural context. We have looked at sexual context. We have looked at age contest, and we have looked at class contest. The last one is time contest. People were bent for engaging in behaviors in the 20th century, which most people at the time saw as normal. So at a certain period in time, a certain practice may be considered normal. And then at a certain point in time, it will not be considered as what? Normal. Can you give me an example? Time contest.
A lot.
Time contest. Is Enoch talking? Okay, so there was a time in Ghana here where we had capital punishment. You know capital punishment? Capital
Yes, sir.
punishment. Where people are sentenced to death. People are killed. In fact, before the colonial era, they called it panyari. It was a normal practice. But now, we don't have capital punishment, or we don't execute the capital punishment. Though it is in our books, but it is not. We have converted it to life imprisonment, true or false?
Yes, sir.
It's true, sir.
That is time contest. Those days, we used to have human sacrifice, true or false?
Yes, sir.
True,
But
sir.
now we don't have human sacrifice. Or we still have human sacrifice somewhere.
Yeah, it's still,
No, sir.
it's just that they are hiding.
They are hiding.
Yeah, so they don't kill, but the people will get missing.
Okay. Those days we used to have slavery where somebody would get up and catch any of his children and go and sell. It was allowed. Now, when you do it, it is considered as what? Deviant. You'll be arrested. True or false?
True, sir.
That
True,
is
sir.
time contest. So if you get this as an exam question, you should be able to use examples to support your explanation. And I've given you a lot of examples. Please, any question? Any question? No question. Okay. Now we go to session 2. We are coming to look at the various concepts in deviance. We have looked at what deviance is. We have looked at the relative nature of deviance. We are now coming to look at concepts. So you'll be doing project work, true or false?
True, sir.
And in your chapter 2, you are supposed to review literature. In reviewing literature, they will ask you to define your concepts. The concepts are the words that you have put together to form your topic. So let's say your topic is on assessing streetism, the effects of streetism on children, the effect of streetism on children. Your concepts are streetism and then children. Those are your concepts. So you would define what is the meaning of streetism. You give theories that explains streetism. Children, you define what is considered as children or who is considered as a child. That is concepts. In the same vein, when you bring it to the deviance level or the deviance environment, we have concepts within deviance. And that's what we are coming to discuss. The first one is norm. Norm. And I'm sure you have all heard norms before. Hughes and Cruella, 2007, define norms as social rules that specify appropriate and inappropriate behavior in a given situation. They are established standards of behavior maintained by a society. All societies have particular ways of encouraging and enforcing what they view as appropriate behavior, while discouraging and punishing what they consider to be improper conduct or behavior. Hence, norms tell us what we should or should not do. Norms tell us what we should do or should not do. So norms basically are social rules. Social rules. Usually, they are not written. Norms are not written down. But once the person is growing, once the person is developing, through the socialization process, you are imbibed with these norms. They help us to orient ourselves to other people. They provide social definitions that allow us to shape our actions so that we can those of others. Norms also become the standard by which individuals appraise or evaluate one another's action and reward or punish various behaviors. For a norm to become significant, it must be widely shared and understood. Social norms vary among social classes in most societies, revealing many differences in group attitude and values. So for norms, which are said are basically social rules, help us to measure ourselves against others. There's a popular saying that when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. True or false?
True, sir.
Those of you who are Catholics, you go to church, you kneel down, you do sign of cross, you clap at a point, you will sing at a point, and all that. If you are a visitor in a Catholic church, when they are kneeling, you cannot say you will not kneel, you also kneel. Because if you don't kneel, you'll be the odd one out. That is a norm. So the norm is that when they go to church, they are going to kneel, they are going to sing, they are going to stand, they are going to do A, B, C, D. Once you go to that place, once you enter the church during the mass, you cannot say that because you are coming from maybe ICGC or Muzama Disco Christo Church. Have you heard of that church before?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Do we have anybody here who attends Muzama Disco Christo Church?
Yes, please, sir.
Amache, you
That's
attend
my
Muzama?
church. Yes, sir. Mozama Disco Christo Christian Church. Friday. Bampenase.
Oh, okay. That's great. I think you people, you are not many in the system, true or false?
Yes, please. We are not many.
You are concentrated around the western and central region.
Region, yes, please.
And then some parts of eastern region.
Eastern region.
Yeah. So you cannot say that because you attend Muzama Disco Christo Church, you go to a Catholic church, so whatever they are doing, you're not participating. You will participate.
Yes, please.
So norms help us to it serves as checkmates to check on each other because they are social rules. But there are types of norms. The first one are the mores. Mores are strongly held norms that usually have a moral connotation and are based on the central values of the culture. Members of a culture or society are more concerned about violations of mores. They mete out harsh punishment to violators. Mores are seen as vital to a society's well-being and survival. People usually attach moral significance to mores and define those who violate them as evil, sinful, and wicked. Consequently, punishment for violation is severe. Violators may be put to death, banished, imprisoned, tortured, or lynched. Examples of norms as mores evolve around incest, rape, murder, child molestation, child abuse, theft, and treason. When we started, I gave the definition of mores to be an unwritten rules. There are regulations, there are rules governing a society. Severe rules, but they are unwritten. So in ancient times, it has not been written in any book that thou shalt not engage in incest or thou shalt not engage in rape. But once you engage in rape, the society has severe punishment for that act. And the book mentions some of the severe punishments, such as banishment, they will punish you, or you can be put to death, or something like that. Then we also have the folkways or folkways. Folkways are norms that people consider to be of less importance. So the difference between mores and folkways is that whilst mores are severe rules with severe punishment, folkways are less importance. They are norms, all right, but they are of less importance to society. And they exert less stringent conformity to them. These are norms that permit a wide range of individual interpretations so long as certain limits are not overstepped. Generally, they cover activities that are not necessarily essential to a group survival. Usually, a few comments are made when you violate folkways. Folkways have to do with the customary ways and ordinary conventions by which you carry out our daily activities. So, for example, we bath, we brush our teeth, and all that. We know that if you don't brush your teeth, it is not a severe offense, and doesn't attract severe punishment. Just that people will ridicule you. But if you engage in more, or if you violate a more, which tends to threaten the survival of a society, there are severe punishments for it. So you should know the difference. Mores are unwritten rules which serves or which promotes the survival of society. Violating them attracts harsh punishment. If you murder someone, you have threatened the survival of a society. If somebody is raped, survival of society has been threatened. You know, usually you those in the security services, when somebody is raped, they say the person should go for a trauma test and whatever. True or false?
It's true, sir.
It is because it is believed that the trauma can threaten the survival of the victim. The person's behavior the person can behave in certain ways that might lead to maybe suicide or something like that. So once somebody breaks mores, there are severe punishments attached to it. But for folkways are less important.
Yeah.
Though it is expected that society expects that everyone will engage or will abide by the rules. Even if it is broken, it doesn't threaten the survival of society. If somebody decides not to bath, I remember when we were in secondary school, you know, attending boys' school is a different ball game altogether. We engage in unnecessary competition. And one of them was competing on not to bath. So we were competing among ourselves. Who can stay for 1 week without bathing? It didn't threaten the survival of the school. True or false?
True, sir.
And then we also had another competition. We called it so Obitam. What can I say Obrofu? Is it fluctuating or whatever? Attack competition. Those of you who don't understand she. Is it when
Plastic
somebody
power.
passes bad air or say again? King Kwabena, you were saying something.
We normally call it bombolatic power.
Bombolatic power or whatever.
Flatmate.
Yes, flatmate.
Yes, flatmate.
We were doing that competition too in school. And do you know this man, Paul Afoko? He was once MPP chairman. I was in the same class with his son, Cletus. So they came up with that idea, the contest, fluctuating competition. Can you imagine? And this guy wanted to fluctuate, not knowing that he eased on himself in class. Come and see. So those things don't threaten life. Though it's a deviant act, it doesn't threaten life. And so the punishment for those for breaking folkways are less. When Cletus Afoko eased on himself in the name of fluctuating, he was only asked to sweep the class and scrub the classroom. That's all. The priest who was in our school, I attended a Catholic school. You know how these fathers come up with they discipline us. I mean, their rules are very, very strong to abide by. In fact, some of us were really frustrated. But when we engage in this not bathroom competition and the priest heard about it, they only asked us to go and weed. They gave us a portion of plots to weed. That was all. And when that happened, we started bathing. So when someone breaks a folkway, it doesn't attract severe punishment. It doesn't threaten society, survival of society. Please, have you seen the difference between Morse and folkway?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Now the next one is laws. Laws. Mosques are important sources of laws in every society. Laws refer to a variety of norms characterized by specific enactments, which are enforced by specific agencies and attract specific punishments for violators. That is, some norms are formalized into laws or rules that are enforced by special political organizations composed of individuals who have the right to use force. The people who administer laws may make use of physical force with a low probability of retaliation by a third party. Laws tend to be the result of conscious thought, deliberate planning, and formal declaration. Note that portion. What we are saying is that laws come about, or must, let me say, must give birth to what? To law. It is must that they codify to become laws. I mentioned earlier that must are severe and breaking them attracts severe punishment. So based on that, because they were unwritten, or because they are unwritten, must are unwritten. Now, in order to formalize it, in order to codify it, it has been documented. And that makes it a law. and it is usually enacted by a political organization. So if you say political organization, not this MPP NDC kind of politics, but if you say political organization, rulers, an authority. So parliament is an authority. The executive is an authority. Judiciary is an authority. That is a political organization. So once they codify this mores formally, they become law. And so breaking them becomes or attracts severe punishment. Laws tend to be the result of conscious thought. Conscious thought means they have proper thinking have gone into it. That's the meaning of conscious thought. Deliberate planning and formal declaration. Recently, there was a divorce case between this gentleman. Is it Bills, Bills something?
Yeah, Richard Niamakwe.
Richard Niamakwe. Good. And his wife, is it Joanna?
Joanna.
Madam Matilda, what is your perception? What is your view on the ruling of the court?
This is a very difficult one to see, but for my understanding, when two people come together to establish a business or work, and then separating comes in or divorce comes in, we tend to look at the man to be the head, but we don't look at what the contribution the woman did for the upbringing or the development of the institution. And that is where I have a problem with the case.
All right. So maybe I didn't ask the question well. So you answered the question from the middle. What was the ruling of the court? That should have been the question that I should have asked. What was the ruling of the court? A summary of it. What was the ruling of the court?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir, Kingsford.
So, sir, you see, previously, it was like when a divorce comes, whatever property that is between the couples is being divided. But recently, there was a judgment from the Supreme Court that actually says that it is not an automatic situation. You need to prove your contribution to the development of that particular property. Because it's becoming one too many that with a small thing, when one perceive that others they have property, they will just go in there for divorce and take half of the property. It happens to so many celebrities in Ghana here. So now the law is that, or the declaration from Supreme Court is that when something of that nature happens, you who are seeking for a portion of it should be able to prove that you have a contribution to that particular project or that particular property before you can actually take what you intend to take. So now the system is different from as it used to be. So the ruling is that now you should be able to prove your contribution to that particular property that you are claiming, or that particular institution or whatever you've done, a business that you've built that you are claiming, to prove your contribution to that.
All right.
Sir.
Yes, who else? Matilda.
Sir, please, I want to clarify something here, or to understand it. What's in a situation whereby in during your marriage life, the woman gives or takes loan to give to the man to buy a portion of land, and then when the man was doing the papers, he kept his name on the papers. So when it comes, like when something happens or divorce is setting in, and then you are claiming that the land was bought by your money or with your money. How can you prove, or what will you do to prove that the land was
Okay.
bought by your
In
money?
your,
Thank you.
okay, all right. Divorce cases are sometimes funny, but before Matilda answer you, I want to talk about the bill. What's his name? Richard Niyama.
Yes, sir.
The court ruled that, and that is the summary of what I was asking for. The court ruled that marriage is not an investment. Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
That was the summary of the ruling. That marriage is not an investment. So the lady is still young. She can get men to marry her. So she should take 300,000 Ghana cedi plus some few cars. That's all. The ruling, that ruling has become what? A law. But the question I asked myself was, if we are saying laws tend to be the result of conscious thought, did the judge actually sit down to think through before he gave that ruling? Because now that the court has said that it is not an investment, it has become a precedent for other cases or any other divorce case that will come up. That is why, have you heard of, is it FIDA? This women lawyers, something association. They have petitioned that they don't understand this ruling, they will not agree to the ruling. And that one too, they are trying to trash it out and have gone to the Supreme Court for interpretation and all that. Now, Kingsford, the Supreme Court ruling that you mentioned, there was a previous judgment in a case called Finn versus Finn. And in that judgment, the gentleman was called Finn and wants to divorce his wife. So the wife too is called Mrs. Finn. So Mr. Finn versus Mrs. Finn. Mrs. Finn made the argument that she contributed enormously to the marriage. And that's what gave the man the peace of mind to build the house, to acquire the properties that they have acquired. The Supreme Court ruled that, yes, though the woman doesn't have any material evidence to prove that she contributed to all those things, so far as in the course of the marriage, Mr. Finn had sexual affair with Mrs. Finn, that's what made Mr. Finn to think properly to acquire those properties. So far as in the course of the marriage, Mrs. Finn cooked for Mr. Finn to eat. So far as in the course of the marriage, Mrs. Finn washed the clothes of Mr. Finn. That's what enabled Mr. Finn to acquire those properties that he acquired. So the Supreme Court splitted the properties 50-50 for both of them. Now, back to if a woman secures a loan, the man and buys a land and the man builds a house on it and all that. You have evidence. The evidence is one, your loan documents. So it is not always advisable to destroy your loan documents. Your loan documents can be the bank statements. It can be the loan forms that you filled. Two, if you bought the land, did you get receipts? Do you have evidence? Do you have witnesses to it? When the man was building the house, did you get a third party to inform him or her that, oh, the land is mine, but my husband is using his money to build a house, so that in case there is a problem, you will get evidence to prove that the land is mine. Madam Matilda, are you getting it? So documentation is key. If you have evidence that, loan evidence, if I say loan evidence, the loan forms, bank transaction. When you bought the land, did you buy it from the appropriate quarters where they gave you a receipt? If they didn't give you a receipt, do you have witnesses? Maybe you bought it from the chief. Can the chief prove that, yes, he sold the land to you? Once this is established, you are good to go. Now back to our law tends to be the result of conscious thought, deliberate planning, These are very strong words. Deliberate planning. So after thinking through the judgment, after thinking through the law, what is the plan to execute it? You have the structures in place to implement the law. If somebody goes to murder, or if somebody murders somebody, do we have the courts that will sit on the case? Do we have the prison service? All these things are what? The deliberate planning. Do we have the police that can go and arrest the murderer? That is why we have passed so many laws, but we are not implementing them, and we are where we are. We have had environmental laws since the 1960s. Yet, since 1960, Accra is flooding till today. Did we just get up and pass the law? What was the rationale behind it? What planning did we put in place to implement those laws? Then we have formal declaration. Formal declaration. So once a conscious thought has gone into it, deliberate planning has gone into it, it has to be formally declared for everybody to know that this is the new law. That if you break it, these are the punishments that comes with it. So laws can be changed more readily or frequently than folkways and mores. So because laws are formal, it can be amended, it can be changed, it can be cancelled. E-levy was a law, true or false?
True, sir.
But it has
It's
been
true.
cancelled. So laws can be changed, laws can be amended, laws can be adjusted. Please forgive me, my soldiers are disturbing at the background. Now we have values. Values.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Stephen.
Sir, please, what is the meaning of the folkways and the mores? They say laws can be changed more readily or frequently than folkways and the mores. So that one I don't understand.
All right. I explain more. Please, who can explain more to Stephen? Who can explain more to Stephen?
You said more is unwritten laws that are meant by the society to improve the society.
Okay.
And also folkways are also laws, but they are not that serious. Example like not bathing or not brushing your teeth or these things. They are also they are the folk laws.
Okay. Thank you very much for the explanation. So what I said was that. Yes, sir, Adam.
Thank you very much, sir. Most are social rules that determine appropriate behavior in the society. But folkways are rules that do not attract severe punishment, sir.
All right. Stephen, do you understand it now?
Yes, sir.
Good. So the reason why we are saying laws can be changed more readily or frequently is because laws are formal. They have been documented. So they can easily be what? Changed. But mores and folkways cannot easily be changed because they are unwritten. Stephen, do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, values. Values are broad ideas about what is right and wrong, good
Hello,
and bad.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So, a question here in relation to the more. You made mention that the mores are more or less the mother that give birth to the laws.
Yes.
So, my question is that when a more is actually taken into consideration and being put to law, what becomes the status of the mall in relation to that particular mall which has been translated into a law?
Into a law. Okay. So because the laws, as I said, are usually unwritten. When people break them, they get, let me say, excuses to say, "Oh, I'm not aware about it. I didn't know about it." Let's say, especially foreigners. In order to make it formalized, so it has now been documented. So when a foreigner breaks it, it is not that the law which is unwritten has been abolished. It is still there, which the people within the society knows about it. I mean, let me say the indigenous know about it. But the law, which is now a formal document, a formal, or let me say a gazetted issue, tends to, let me say, supersede the law. Please, are you getting it? So let me give this example. In, let's say, an Akan society, you are not supposed to commit rape. So Mr. Yao Pompo goes to see Akosua Menu in a farm. Looks here, looks there. There was nobody coming. Jumps on Akosua Menu and rapes Akosua Menu. Maybe when the matter gets to the chief's palace or whoever, by using their discretion, they can say, "We sentence him to death." Or he's been banished from the society. Now, when it comes to law, the punishment for rape is, let's say, 5 years imprisonment, formalized. But in the law system, the authority can use his or her discretion to give the punishment. Please, are you getting it? Joseph, are you getting it? In the mall, anywhere there is mall, the mall still exists. But because of the tendency of using passing judgment based on discretion, it's very high. Plus, for law, there are punishments or prescribed punishments attached to offenses that are committed. So when laws come up, it's not that malls have been abolished from society. Malls are still there. But in order to formalize it, in order to be fair, that's the word, to be fair to offenders, that is why the laws are formalized. That is why the laws are passed. Please, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now let's move on so that we can close. We are talking about values. That they are broad ideas about what is right and what is wrong, good or bad, desirable and undesirable, that members of a society share. Values are general concepts on which specific norms are built. They indicate what people are given culture. They indicate what people in a given culture prefer, as well as what they find important. Right. Values influence the behavior of people and serve as criteria in evaluating the actions of others as to their relative worth, merit, beauty, or morality. So values are basically about what is right and wrong, what is desirable and undesirable. Values are general concepts on which specific norms are built. So based on the values, that is where norms emerge from. And then values influences the behavior of people. Values influences the behavior of people. The values of a society if the value is that a lady is supposed to remain untouched until he or she gets married, it is going to shape the behavior of the lady. It is going to influence the behavior of the lady. Those of you who attend Pentecost, those days they say if you get if you are a man and you want to marry, the church, is it the church elders, or the deacons or the deaconesses will come and inspect your room. Those are values. How are they doing that? They are doing that to confirm, to ascertain whether the woman that is coming into your life, you can take care of her. And so because of those values, it saved men in the church to work hard and acquire whatever they have to acquire before they get married. Did you hear about that scenario where they said Pentecost in Pentecost, sorry, they will come and inspect your room and check whether?
Yes, sir.
Are they still doing it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, they've stopped.
No, they have stopped.
They've stopped.
They have stopped.
They have stopped. They have stopped.
That was a value. And that value influenced behavior of men. But were they going to the women, their homes, to also go and check up on them, inspect whatever they have to inspect?
Yes, sir.
What were they looking out for?
So they will come and check whether the lady have cooking utensils.
Okay.
Yes. Then check whether she have about 2 or 3 clothes. And yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then whether I have clothing for church service.
Okay.
And as for Apotayuwa and Apotayuwa, that is very important to them.
Apotayuwa was very, very important to them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's great. I only knew about the men side. I didn't know that they come to the woman's house to check. So those are values. So as a young lady, you want to marry a Pentecost elder, or you are a Pentecost person, you want to marry a Pentecost elder, you work hard to acquire those utensils, those clothes, and all those things. That is a value. Then we go to sanctions. Sanctions. Sanctions are penalties and rewards for conducting concerning a social norm. So sanctions should not only be seen as punishment, it also means rewards. Conformity to a norm can lead to a positive sanction, such as pay increase, a medal, a word of gratitude, while negative sanctions include demotion, a reduction in pay, dismissal, and imprisonment. This differs from punishment in the sense that punishments are rewards for negative sanctions. There are 4 types of sanctions exercise which ensure that an individual conforms to the expectations of society. That is formal positive sanction, informal positive sanction, formal negative sanction, and informal negative sanctions. When we get to sanction regimes, which is a topic, we'll discuss all these types over there. But the synopsis this is giving us is that there are sanctions in every society. It can be a positive sanction, or it can be a negative sanction. The positive sanction comes with reward, pay increase. Recently, we heard that some immigration officers were, awarded, because they abducted some smuggled goods, be something. Did you hear about that?
The police service,
It was police service,
Yes. From the voter.
Okay. I also heard about immigration.
Yeah,
I
immigration.
think the Boko area, Burkina Faso border, Upper West.
Yeah, it was.
I think the Golu area. Say again, we can't hear you.
I said that one is immigration, the fertilizer that they were trying to
smuggle.
Smuggle.
Okay. and they were awarded. That is positive sanction.
Yes.
That is positive sanction. When words of gratitude are said to people who do good, that is positive sanction. Then the deviants, those who break the law, they are punished. That is negative sanction. The punishment can come in the form of demotion. You have colleagues who have been demoted before. Have you heard about it before? Or have you experienced it before?
Yes, sir.
You have colleagues who have even been sacked from the service. True or false?
That is true, sir.
I have a police friend who was dismissed from the service. It was bad. He shot somebody mistakenly, but of course he couldn't explain himself well. So we have positive sanction and a negative sanction. So what we have discussed this evening is that we have discussed the concepts in deviance. We have discussed the relativeness of deviance. We have also discussed what deviance is. Please, any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, can we say that deviant behaviors in society can be, in a way, equated to a criminal behavior?
Okay. So I will not answer you, but tomorrow we are going to introduction to the nature of crime and deviance. So you know the difference between deviance and crime tomorrow. So
yes,
as people will say,
Yes, sir.
for our question is a fridge. Put your question in the fridge for tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I was also holding that same question.
Okay. So you two, please keep it in the fridge, especially deep freezer, so that it doesn't spoil. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other question? If there's no question, thank you very much for your time, and we meet tomorrow at, is it 10 or 11?
Sir, please, I'm coming. Let me check the deviance and social behavior. That is 11:30 to 12:30.
All right. So we'll meet tomorrow to continue our discussion.
Thank you very much.
I wish you a very good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Court rise. Sitting adjourned to tomorrow, same time.
Oh, Honorable Jaja, we rise long time.
You Jaja, I'll call you the team, no Simako.
No, they are calling no come. I bet meet me for office. Meet me for office. Meet me for office.
I'll call you. You know, reject. Hey.
I said meet me for office. Meet me for office now.
I hear that.